Hi, Eric Lanask here. We are in Miami for ITEXPO. In our studio today with me is Bayo Onibanjo from Zebra Technologies. Did I get the name right?
Spot on.
All right. We're off to a good start. Speaking of getting off to a good start, everything I hear kind of says that Zebra's recent acquisition of Motorola's enterprise business is going well. What can you tell me?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's great. We closed officially back in October, and so it's been 4 months now as one big family, and it's really exciting for us. I think as a company we realize there are 3 key trends out there, right? So there's mobility, there's the Internet of Things, and then there's cloud computing. And if you think about the 2 companies coming together now from that product portfolio, we see ourselves creating this whole new category, and we're actually calling that enterprise asset intelligence. And with our expertise in the enterprise, we see the ultimate solution for CIOs, right? So if you think about it, there's 6 key areas now, right? You talk about our mobile computing solutions, so that's the wearables, the mobile computing devices. You talk about the mobile printing barcode solutions. Every packet you get has that. Then we have the data capture, right? So the handheld scanners that came from the enterprise side of things. We have our RFID tags. And then we have location and sensing, right? So which is something I'll like to talk about as well. And then, of course, the Internet of Things, right? So from an enterprise perspective, you think about how do you create a digital version of all your physical assets. So by tagging a box, what is that box? Where has it been? What condition is it? I mean, Zebra is right there now, right? We have all the solutions that actually help enterprises really achieve that visibility they need in their business today.
So really, it sounds to me like the Motorola acquisition really sort of was the last piece in being able to extend.
I think we've been partners forever.
Right.
Right. I mean, they sold the computing side and the scanners, and we typically sold the printing solutions. We sold through the same channel. We sold through the same customers. And now for companies, if you think about, as a business, you want a skill. You want a partner. You want someone that understands your business. So by bringing the 2 together, we've really found ourselves really solving these people's problems, right? So our partners are happier. Our customers are happier. They have, for lack of a better word, they have one neck to choke, right? Because now they know, and we can help them actually find that next growth in their business, right? Is it better processes, faster, efficient, more visibility, more intelligence? I mean, the portfolio just speaks for itself. It's really exciting stuff.
Let's talk a little bit about what you're doing with some of your customers, and I guess as we head into next weekend's Super Bowl, probably a great opportunity to talk about what you're doing with the NFL.
Yeah, so it's fascinating. With the NFL, we have an active RFID solution that we're implementing for them. It's actually called Zebra MotionWorks, and the idea behind it is really taking that same asset intelligence and creating it into an analytics solution that actually enables them. So for the professional sports environment, right, we see as fans of the game, right, we want to know more information. We want to find out what's going on. We want to preempt the next move. And so with Zebra's technology now, by tagging the actual NFL player in a game, you can see how fast it's going, you can see what direction it's going, so you can basically get the XY coordinates for him. And what that is doing is it's creating a new data source for the NFL, which they're now sharing with broadcasters, right? So we take that data, we crunch the numbers, and we pass that data in real time, right, to broadcasters where they can then overlay it in the broadcast you actually see at home. In the NFL, it's called the next generation statistics. So there's a good highlight of J.J. Watt where he actually got a fumble and he ran, and you could instantly see how fast he was running. I mean, you can't argue about that anymore. That's a new experience, right? And I think that's what it's about, right? Creating visibility around your business. In this instance, obviously, it's sports, but it's really understanding what's going on that you couldn't see before. It's that digital version of what's happening in the environment. So we're really excited. At the Pro Bowl, we actually did the first test of having a sensor in a ball. So that's a pretty exciting thing. Who knew that pressures in ball would be a major talking point? But the reality is, we have that knowledge and expertise now to actually enable visibility for almost anything, and that's really exciting for us.
Does it? There's some interesting potential scenarios, certainly enhancing the fan experience or the end user experience, depending on what I guess choose to enable, what kind of information I choose to look at. It's fantastic. On the other hand, and I'm sure this is something that's been considered, is the fans will have access to that information and data, but obviously opponents will as well. So it creates some interesting scenarios.
It does, but the NFL owns the data, so they can make that decision. Right now, the data that goes out to broadcasters is just purely for the fans, right, for an entertainment perspective. I think as we go along, it'll be an even playing field where you will find that data, right, if it comes up in broadcast. I mean, I think right now one of the things that happens is the NFL teams actually have access to videos, 2 days after the game, and then they can watch all that data, and you find people sitting down and they're, fast forwarding and rewinding it to see what's going on. So I don't think it's going to change the game. I think it's going to improve the experience. Both for the competition and the fans, because now, yes, if you do know how people are actually playing, you have to step up in how you play them, right? So I think it's good all around. But yeah, the NFL owns the data and they control who has access to it.
Got it. Interesting. On a broader scale, this is really just a part of what's become a tremendously interesting and very widely talked about industry in IoT, with just different things talking to one another, communicating, and just providing data.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think, and that's one of the really exciting things about Zebra. I think the board and the management really realized quickly what role we're playing, right? That asset visibility that we're creating, that's the baseline level, right? So we just did a study with Forrester where, it was found out that RFID, barcodes, they're going to be fundamental building blocks for IoT, right? And that is the space we play in. So about 2 years ago, we made a decision internally to build out an IoT platform, and it's called Zata. And the short acronym is Zebra Avatar, right? So we believe that every physical device, every connected device is going to have a Facebook page, right? A device page, which is almost like the virtual representation of that device in the cloud, right? And once you have that, it then becomes easier for you to write IoT applications, right? So the application no longer has to worry about that physical entity. It just calls into the API in the cloud, right? So you create that abstraction that allows you to now start writing different applications. I mean, we're already seeing it. Devices have a shorter life cycle. As they go out into the marketplace, they need to add new features. So by having that abstraction in the cloud, the application no longer has to worry about, I'm only talking to this physical device. You can make the changes to the physical device. The virtual representation, which is the avatar, will take that update, and the application is still just functioning in the background. So we're here at M2M Expo, and we're actually showing Zata as a platform. We're going to show you some unique experiences, especially around wine. So if that is of interest to you, we have a connected wine cooler, which is going to show you exactly how we've instrumented an off-the-shelf wine cooler. You can see when you take wine out, you can see the temperature of the wine, and you can actually enable other applications. We're also showing you an experience in a store where we're using beacon technologies to actually detect when a customer comes within proximity of the store. We have a display that actually customizes content for that user. And then you have an RFID reader that once you place a bottle on the wine product checker, it gives you reviews for that particular wine, right? So again, I think this IoT thing is all around us. It's really bringing it together. And I think, that is the strength of Zebra right now. We understand those fundamental technologies. We have the services that wraps it all around. And we have the IoT platform. So it's pretty exciting stuff.
So certainly, the platform's fantastic. They're enabling this growth and the innovation. Where it's really going to be fun and exciting and just interesting for everybody around us is to see the kinds of innovative applications, such as the other wine cooler one that you've talked about is really where the fun is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Bio, it's been great having you on the program. Thank you so
Likewise.
much for joining us. Have a great week here.
Thank you very much.